Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be bugged by Shaq, who proceeded to open up a can of Shaq Fu when Eric Carter came out of the blue, and he started beating up Shaquille O'Neal. Then they both got flattened by the Batmobile, but before we could make it back to the Batcave, Abraham Lincoln popped out of his grave and took an AK-47 out from under his hat. Blew Batman away with a rat-a-tat-tat, but he ran out of bullets and he ran away, because Optimus Prime came to save the day. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Godzilla took a bite out of Optimus Prime, like Scruff McGruff took a bite out of crime, and then Shaq came back covered in a tire track, but Jackie Chan jumped out and landed on his back, and Batman was injured and trying to get steady when Abraham Lincoln came back with a machete, but suddenly something caught his leg and he tripped in. Indiana Jones took him out with his whip, then he saw Godzilla sneaking up from behind, and he reached for his gun, which he just couldn't find, cause Batman stole it and he shot and he missed, and Jackie Chan deflected it with his fist, then he jumped in the air and he did a somersault while Abraham Lincoln tried to throw balls on Optimus Prime, but they collided in the air, then they both got hit by a Care Bear stare. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown.
Angels sang out in an immaculate chorus. Hello. Discord went out. Awesome. Okay, cool. Put a puggies in the chat when you hear this. I'm hoping that it won't take too long, because my bits are looking so bad right now. What's going on? Into Bruce Wayne. I might need to grab my Ethernet cord. Hold up. Here. Hi, hello, hello. I can never tell if we're behind or not during this first bit. True. Then Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White and what's his name? I don't know, but and Benito Mussolini and the Blue Meanie and Cowboy Curtis and John B. the Genie, RoboCop the Terminator, Captain Kirk and Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger. Poggies. Okay, so we're kind of behind a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. But hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna say that we're good, hopefully. I really don't want to grab my Ethernet cable because it's kind of far. Because I had BRB real quick. Okay. And blue string sweater. This is the ultimate show. Oh, what? What happened there? I saw that. How the fuck did I just get like 350 points? Oh, you're probably you probably haven't missed a stream yet. I'm not complaining, but excuse you, Streamlabs. You had to do it early. It's okay. Yeah, it's probably because you've been watching my streams, like almost every stream. So you get more points for like for it's what's it called? We're a bit behind, but it's not too bad. Okay, cool. Bum bum. Yeah. You get like a bonus every stream you come into, like in a row, pretty much. I think the most you can get is 450. So I think like the next stream you come into, you'll probably get like 450 points. But yeah. Chat's really quiet during PAsserine, so true. Yeah, I'm gonna give some time for people to come in, but we are 2 away from the follow goal. Woo! Yeah, that's insane. So technically, you guys have 26 hours? I get more points for returning to the stream? Yes, like kind of. So like if let's say my next stream is tomorrow, and you come to that stream, then you get like maybe like 400 points because you have like you've been coming to every single stream, so you get like more points each time, but I think it caps at 450, and then you keep getting 450 for every stream you come to after that until you break your like not record but like sequence. I don't know, I can't think of the word, but yeah. I'm gonna let's see. Oh, I just realized. Okay, I'm gonna whip out. Okay, because we're gonna put on classical music already, okay? I feel like that's the vibe, right? I feel like classical is the vibe for PAsserine, right? But we can chat for a little bit. Give some people some time to come in and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna just whip out the the story on my thing. It counts if you get 2 followers on the 10th, right? Yes. Break my streak, yeah, of watching, because you've been to almost every stream, I believe. So every, like, it's like a record kind of, I don't want to say record, but yeah. But yes, we can do it. It's anytime tomorrow. If we hit 200, then you get a FNAF stream. Are you ready to be scared? Fuck no. I'm scared. Because you guys crush the freaking follow goal every time. That's not a question, Lamau. I'm not ready to be scared. I'm scared. FNAF scares me. Hold on, let me check how much FNAF is. I think I'll be okay. Let me see. Nah, hold. FNAF. How much is FNAF? FBAF. I put FBAF. That's not a question. FNAF price? Oh, it's only $4.99. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Is there like a specific FNAF? We'll figure it out. If I hit 200 by tomorrow, so I guess you guys gotta rack it up. Redeem buy money 22 times. Oh god. Yeah. Oh, I have an idea for a new channel point. It's so cute. But I'll talk about it, I think, tomorrow, I think. I'm back. Welcome back. I'm trying to whip out PAsserine book. No. By Theseus. There we go. I know that people like actually like have been able to print it out, and that's so cool. We missed you. Yes, we did. We did. Okay, so we have sister location is the best, but it's so hard to complete. Fuck no. I don't need here, I'm gonna go ahead and go in just chatting already. There we go. Ooh, where's my chat? Chat? Chat! Where are you, chat? Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Because I like to have just chatting show up. Because I like seeing my chat. Why are we screaming? For what? We're gone. You guys are gone. It's okay. I'll figure it out. I'm a streamer. I figure stuff out on the fly. But yeah. So, are you guys excited for PAsserine Chapter 2? I'm quite oh, you know what? Let me get my Ethernet cable. Let me step away real quick. We're gone. Hold on. Let me grab my Ethernet cable and see if that helps. It probably will. Be right back. Ouch. I had my laptop on my bed. So, I had my Ethernet cable running to my bed. So, but now I shall switch. I don't need my mouse. So, oh wait, that has... Yep, that's to my mic. Okay, we're not doing that actually. Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Not that I need anything right now, but you know, it's okay. It's still nice to have. There we go. Hopefully connection's gonna go. It's gonna refresh, all that fun stuff. I'm desperate. Okay, hold on. I'm back. It's good. Okay, cool. Let's see. I am excited. I'm glad. I'm glad that you guys liked it. I'm gonna draw while you read. Hell yeah. Okay, we're gonna be a little unstable for a bit, so I'm gonna give it some time to load. I'm gonna turn the music lower because it is loud. I have my sniffer shroom to finish. Oh, hell yeah. Let's see. Let's see if these bit rates come back up a bit. It's cold. I need to find like... Because I'm wearing shorts right now. I need to find like pajama pants. Okay, are you too tall for your bed? Of course I am. I'm 6'9". I don't have my pajama pants. Okay, you know what? Guys, we're gonna get comfortable. I'm gonna bring my blanket over. Okay? So guys, cuddle with your blankets. We're whipping out the blanket. Because you're 6'9", hell yeah, I'm too tall. Okay, we have the blankets now. I don't like it. I love it. I'm glad. I don't know what's going on with my chat. Chat, where are you? I'm scared. If I don't see chat, I get scared. Come on. Come on, chat. Come on. Where are you? I'm scared. Let's see. Kit, I have a question. Go ahead. Unstable like my mental health. Valid. It's okay. I'm literally me right now because of finals. Let's see. Transform? No. Order. Move to top. It's very important. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hit me with your question. I think are we still unstable? Okay, put PAsserine in the chat when you hear this. I have soft blankets? Hell yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, let's see. We're gonna still give it time. I love soft blankets. Me too. Okay, so we're a bit behind. Let's see if I can refresh this. Oh, you know what? Let me refresh my chat. So chat, I might not see you for a hot second. Okay, let's see. Should we do here? What kind of quiz should I do? Oh, what kind of quiz should I do? I think like we should start off with a quiz, like we did yesterday. I just realized I can't see chat, so I have no idea what you're saying. So give me like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. PAsserine, I don't know how to spell. Which Minecraft biome would look like it would taste the best? Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like PAsserine. Okay, cool. I think we're good now. We are all good now, I think. I don't know why my chat still isn't going, but here, let me go on starting soon again. Maybe it'll refresh. No. You just hate me, I think. Okay. The one that would taste the best. I don't know. I feel like. I don't know. I think that the basalt desert and ice spikes would taste really good. You know what? Ice spikes would probably taste good, but I like crunching ice. Let's see. If not, I don't know why, but I feel like netherrack would taste good. Like, like netherrack. Just like, I feel like it'd be like, and like warm. It's like a warm little, and like lava, like good soup. Good soup. Yeah. The blue nether one, ooh, that's, yeah. That I feel like that tastes like blueberries. The blue nether does look really tasty. It does. Okay. Should we start off with a quiz or should we go into PAsserine? What do you guys want? Let's see. What are you guys feeling? What are we feeling? Are you feeling quiz then PAsserine, or are we thinking about just going straight into it? I think this is the first chapter, right? Yeah. First chapter. Let's get out of that. It seems like a good tart taste. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of works with the blueberry vibe. I agree, lava does look really good. It does. I feel like it'd be like good soup. Either, guys, I can't make decisions. Let's see. I'm okay with both. I'm in a PAsserine mood, honestly. Okay, it's probably the music, but yeah. Okay, are you guys ready? This is probably going to be as long as the last chapter, okay? And then after this chapter, I will have to go. But I wanted to do a quick stream to kind of get away from studying. So yeah, are you guys ready? How's the music doing? I want to go gay into it though. Okay, then we'll go gay into it. We'll go a little funky into it. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna go straight into it. But let's see. Ooh, please don't tell me it's this chapter. Oh no, I'm scared. Okay, we're gonna go into it. How's the music so far? Music's good? How's the music? Because I want to make sure that it's not too loud, not too soft. Music's good? Okay. Are you guys ready? Because I think I'm ready. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Okay. Okay. PAsserine. Chapter 2. Like carry-on bells. Wait, what? Oh my god, who knew Kit could be so relatable? No one can decide, I know. Okay, Chapter 2. Like carry-on bells. The house of Augustus rings. This is the summary. You look at him like you look at me, and I don't know what to make of that. Father's gaze pinned Wilbert. Guys, Okay, I'm not using you to escape my homework. Chapter 2, right? Yes, we're on chapter 2. Okay, this is the summary, okay? I'm going into kit reading time mode, okay? You look at him like you look at me, and I don't know what to make of that. Father's gaze pinned Wilbur to his seat, even more than the soreness of his body did. Even Tommy had fallen quiet, sensing, in the way that younger siblings do, that his brother was in some sort of trouble that required absolute silence. And how do I look at you, Will? Father asked. Or flowers, family, and the futility of trying to outrun fate. Brenna, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, I just saw that, and I don't know why, but my chat's not working, but thank you so much for the follow. This fit caused me so much pain. It caused me so much pain, but my chat wanted to hear me read it, so that's what I'm here to do for you guys today. But yeah, thank you so much for the follow, and I hope that you enjoy my read-through, and I hope that you have fun. But yeah, okay. Okay, guys, there are chapter trigger warnings, so I am going to tell you this. There are panic attacks and death. So please make sure to take care of yourself. If you need to step away, please make sure that you do. So I don't know what's going on with my chat, why it's not showing up. I'm really sad. But yeah, so just make sure you take care of yourself, and if you need to step away, okay? Okay, now we're going, okay? Wilbur did not know what to make of the visitor, the traveler, whatever he was. Father had come down to the garden with him, and Wilbur could tell he was sad. He didn't know if the visitor had been the cause or something else. Someone else. A formal introduction is in order, Father had told Tommy and Wilbur. This is Technoblade, an old friend. He'll be tutoring you for a while, Wilbur. Wilbur had stared up at the man, seeing him in the soft morning light at last. Technoblade. Tommy was right. It was a pretty dumb name, and one Wilbur had heard before, though. He wasn't sure where. He was tall and lean, and most likely a few years older than Wilbur. He was dressed like him, too, with poofy sleeves that Tommy always said made him look like an old man. An emerald earring hung from Technoblade's left ear, similar to the one that Father wore on a golden chain around his neck, tucked secretively under his dress shirt. Was he some sort of royalty, too, then? Some foreign prince or distant cousin that Father never bothered to tell Wilbur about? Father kept many secrets. This may just be one of a million. Technoblade had taken one look at Wilbur, nodded, and then said, "We'll start at dawn," before leaving them. Wilbur had stared after him, perplexed. What? Father had struggled to keep a smile off of his face. That's Techno for you. Now they were sitting in the dining hall, each to their own thoughts, except Tommy, whose thoughts must always come out of his mouth, regardless of who was or wasn't listening. And Wilbur tripped me, but I got it very quickly. You saw that, didn't you, Dad? Dad, didn't you? I saw, Father said distractedly. He was staring down at his half-eaten plate, as if it held the secrets of the universe. Wilbur assumed he was only doing it so he wouldn't be staring at Mother's empty seat. She'd been taking more and more of her meals in their bedroom. Tommy hadn't noticed yet, but Wilbur did. Wilbur always did. And this Techno fellow, he's a bit on one, isn't he? Will he be training me too? Will I have to wake up at dawn like Wilbur? Wilbur grimaced. Please, don't remind me, Tommy. Tommy stuck his tongue out at him from across the table. It's not like you have any other plans. I'm sure you'll be just staying up and reading again. He gestured dramatically to himself. I, for one, would love to be under the tutelage of Mr. Technoblade, stupid as his name may be. The two of them turned to their father, one with starry-eyed expectation, the other with morbid curiosity. Father sighed fondly before ruffling Tommy's hair. Sorry, little bud. Maybe we can find someone else for you. I'm sure the captain would be willing to, but I want the blade, Tommy whined. Wilbur snorted. Yeah, as if he could even wake up early enough. You'll still be in bed by noon, I can see it now. Father gave Wilbur a cheeky grin he only reserved for his eldest son. Tell you what, Tommy, if you can wake up with Wilbur, then you can watch him train with Techno. Truly, Tommy kicked back from the table, nearly upsetting Father's glass of wine. Good night, then. Early to bed, early to the prize, as they always say. Who says that? Wilbur said, but Tommy had already taken off, leaving Wilbur with their father in silence. Sorry, I'm moving my keyboard over. For a while, the only sound were utensils scraping against plates, and Wilbur's heart beat in his ears. He would never admit it to Tommy or to anyone, but his relationship with father was always better with his brother around. It wasn't that Wilbur didn't love his father or that he thought his father didn't love him. Wilbur couldn't remember it happening, but somewhere along the way of studying warfare and politics, of staring up at the throne that would one day be his, of learning how to be a prince, he'd forgotten how to be a son. And sometimes, when father thought he couldn't see, father would look at him with a bottomless grief, like he was mourning something already lost. It should be Tommy, Wilbur had thought. Sunny Tommy, who managed to charm everyone he met in spite of perhaps because of his loud disposition. Not him. Not when father looked at him like that. Wilbur swallowed the last of his dinner and was set to go, if not for his father speaking once more. Wilbur? Yes, father. Father leaned against his hand as he considered Wilbur. Do you want me to be there for you tomorrow? Wilbur scoffed half-heartedly. I'm not a child, father. Of course, father said, but Technoblade is still a stranger to you. Wilbur pursed his lips as he thought about his father's words. Do you trust him? Yes, father replied at once. Wilbur nodded. Then I trust him. Father stared at him for a long minute, and then nodded. There was nothing else to say, it seemed, and so Wilbur left, leaving his father to the quiet. Tommy's door was firmly shut by the time Wilbur arrived at their sleeping quarters. Wilbur's own door stood ajar, waiting. Moonlight spilled from the arched windows, painting everything in silver. The bed littered with half-finished books, and the desk bearing scars from Wilbur's manifold frustrations in writing music for the guitar that sat discarded on the floor. Mother had given him that guitar for his 10th birthday. He used to play lullabies or spooky songs when he was in the mood for older brother mischief. Before Tommy decided he was a big man and moved out of the bedroom to the bedroom across the hall. His body felt heavy with the thoughts. Technoblade, the boy who looked not much older than him, now tasked at tutoring him at what? Father had not been forthcoming with that, amongst other things. With a sigh, Wilbur grabbed the guitar from the floor and dragged it with him to the window. As he plucked idly at the strings, he gazed out to the horizon beyond the glass. The sprawling lawns of the castle ending at the foreboding gates, and then after that, the kingdom, his birthright. He played a single discordant chord. Nothing had come easily to him recently. Music, literature, conversation, everything, all at once, had become taxing. Even laughing with his brother felt like a chore. Wilbur's fingers stilled on what was undoubtedly going to be another bad note. Something was moving, down on the lawn. He squinted at the figure until it came to sharper focus. This song is not hitting. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to have my music. I'm gonna cue up a song real quick. You guys already know what song it's gonna be. It's the song I was listening to yesterday. Hold on. Sorry. I have to get into my mood to read. Cool. There we go. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. He played a single discordant chord. Nothing had come easily to him recently. Music, literature, conversation, everything, all at once, had become taxing. Even laughing with his brother felt like a chore. Wilbur's fingers stilled on what was undoubtedly going to be another bad note. Something was moving. Down on the lawn, he squinted at the figure until it came into sharper focus. Technoblade? Wilbur pressed his face closer to the glass, just to make sure his eyes had not deceived him. There were many people in the kingdom with pink hair, but perhaps fewer who also moved with the lethal grace of a python. Technoblade walked across the lawn and disappeared past the gates without a glance back. It wasn't until his breath fogged up the window completely that Wilbur realized he was hyperventilating. He pulled away from the glass and stumbled over his guitar on his way to his bed. He pulled the covers over himself as if the darkness would dampen his thoughts. Where is he going? Followed by, will he come back? Will he come back? Will he come back? You're late. Wilbur blinked in the dim sunlight barely breaking through the horizon. What? He blinked some more until he finally recognized his surroundings. The smooth marble floor, the 4 columns sculpted like gods bearing up the flat roof, ivy following over the roof's edge like a waterfall, curtaining them off from the rest of the garden. This was the training pavilion. Father's personal training area where he attempted to teach Wilbur fencing before it became clear that weaponry was not to be Wilbur's forte. It's all right, son, Father had said, carefully tending to the cut on Wilbur's leg from his own rapier. Kings don't really need to know how to fight. That's what armies are for. Father had sounded angry as he said this, but Wilbur somehow knew it wasn't because of him. But you know how, Wilbur pouted, dutifully trying to hold back tears as Father applied stinging herbs to his wound. Well, said Father, that's different. I lost myself. No, different how? Just different. Father finished tying the bandages around Wilbur's leg and smiled at him. I'll tell you when you're older. He never had. But it wasn't Father standing before Wilbur today. Well, Technoblade said, gesturing to the heavy chest in the corner. Burning daylight here, little prince. Hurry up. Wilbur blinked again. Sorry, but how did I... Technoblade stared at him quietly as they both waited for Wilbur to finish his sentence. His eyes are red, Wilbur noted distantly. Even as he struggled to remember anything else, he could not recall falling asleep, or waking up, or even walking down to meet his tutor for the first lesson. Well, Technoblade prompted. Wilbur shook his head. Nothing. What are we learning today? Technoblade cocked his head to the side, unimpressed. His hair had been pulled into a braid so tight that it hurt Wilbur's scalp by proxy. Philza said you were crap at fencing. Wilbur grimaced as he walked over to the chest, kneeling to filter through its contents. That's one way of saying it. He picked up one of his swords and turned to Technoblade, who'd apparently brought his own weapon. A wicked-looking broadsword with a ruby-encrusted hilt. I'm a bit better at long-ranged weapons, if you were wondering. I wasn't, Technoblade sorted. Get into position. Wilbur did. That's not correct. Wilbur sighed. I told you. Technoblade walked closer to Wilbur until they were eye to eye. Wilbur was a few inches taller than him, he realized, at least until Technoblade knocked him flat on his back with a sudden blow to the stomach. The air left Wilbur's lungs in a rush. He blinked lazily up at the ceiling for a moment before the indignation set in. He leaned himself against his elbows and glared at his tutor, who was looking more and more unimpressed. You could have withstood that if you were in the correct position, Technoblade drawled. You could have warned me, Wilbur spat, clambering to his feet. Oh, is that how a fight goes, your highness? Technoblade knocked. All right, then. If it pleases you, your princeliness, I shall be striking your shoulder with the flat of my blade next. What? Quicker than a breath, Technoblade did just that. Wilbur landed on his side, his own weapon flying out of his hands. Technoblade laughed with no real warmth. I even warned you that time, and I still knocked you over. Gods! You are pathetic. Wilbur wanted to say, I'm calling my father, but caught himself before he could give that ammunition to the smug bastard. Instead, he got shakily to his feet, his entire body smarting from the impact with the floor, and picked his rapier from the ground. He got into position again. Technoblade raised one eyebrow. This would go faster if you told me what's wrong with it, Wilbur grumbled. This would go even faster if you didn't fumble your basics, Technoblade retorted. Shut up. Strong demands from a boy who can't even get his left foot placed properly. Wilbur considered his words. He moved his left foot inch by inch, watching Technoblade until the man finally gave a curt nod. Wilbur sighed. See? That was it. Oh my gods. Wilbur barely had time to throw up his rapier before Technoblade crashed his sword against it. Steel hissed. Wilbur's knees bucked under Technoblade's surprising strength. It felt like having an entire house collapse on him, and if he fell, he'd be crushed. Technoblade fell back, leaving Wilbur with his heart hammering in his chest. What was that? Wilbur demanded. You could have killed me that time. I could have killed you multiple times since you first walked in here. Technoblade gestured for him to get into position. Again. Never let your guard down, your highness. Always assume the enemy is planning to strike. What even is the point of this? Wilbur asked. The kingdom has been at peace for gods know how long. I don't need to risk my neck for skill that doesn't even matter. Technoblade considered him for a long moment, the silence between them only broken by the beginnings of birdsong as the rest of the world finally began to wake. And what will you do when it does matter? Technoblade asked. It never will, but let's say it will, Technoblade interrupted, taking a step towards Wilbur, his red eyes never once leaving the prince's face. Let's say, hypothetically, that a foreign army attacks at this very moment. Your father isn't here to help. Nobody's here to help you. It's just you. Do you just stand there and get torn apart by the mob? Will you run like a coward and leave your kingdom to the wolves? Wilbur flinched. That's not, or not even an army. Consider, if you will, just one very smart, very angry person, and they've got your brother. Technoblade smirked at whatever expression was on Wilbur's face. That's all it takes, you know, to kill a kingdom, a single person who knows your weak spots. So what you need to do is get rid of them. The weak spots, I mean. This kingdom is only impenetrable because Filza has long ago gotten rid of every single vulnerability. So what happens when you take the throne? That's not true, Wilbur said quietly, standing in the downpour of Technoblade's words. My father, he does have vulnerabilities. He has Mother, Tommy, me, Wilbur thought, but didn't voice. But he has the power to protect them, Technoblade replied, and you don't. That's the difference. The sun had climbed higher into the sky, painting everything in gold. Through the gaps in the ivy, the warm light shone on Wilbur's skin, warming him from the inside out. He imagined the light seeping into his skin, into his bones, into the cracks of the soul until he could be made whole again. A boy of sunlight like Tommy. He wanted the sun to burn away the tiredness, the sadness, the thoughts. He wanted the sun to burn Technoblade, too, with his harsh words made harsher by their truth. Wilbur took a shaky breath, letting the fresh air in and trapping it in his lungs for as long as he could. Then he let it out. He glared at Technoblade, then got into position. Fine, he spat. Do your worst. Wilby, you look like trash, Tommy said brightly over a plate of eggs. Tommy, Father scolded. No. Technoblade mumbled through a mouthful of meat. The boy is right. Phil, Wilby does look like trash. Hold on, okay. Wilbur groaned at their remarks, and then groaned some more when the movement made his ribs feel like they were cracking apart. Bruises were already starting to form up and down his arms from the various times Technoblade had knocked him to the floor. He couldn't even reach for his utensils without pain lacing up his side, and so his breakfast remained tantalizingly, sorry, I don't know how to say that word, tantalizingly out of reach right in front of him. Tommy's initial annoyance at sleeping in and missing the blade in action was only matched by his absolute delight at seeing his older brother so battered, and then exceeded by his excitement when Father invited Technoblade for breakfast to recount how terribly Wilbur had performed. It was to track his progress or some sort of excuse like that, though Wilbur guessed Father just wanted to stop Technoblade from disappearing wherever he goes off to, like last night. Did he cry? Tommy demanded, practically vibrating off his chair. Technoblade, seated next to him, cut another piece of meat and chewed ponderously on it before answering. Almost. Wicked, Tommy breathed. Father glanced at Wilbur worriedly, taking in his bruises. Techno, maybe next time you can go easy a bit? No, Wilbur said hurriedly, wincing when his sore limbs protested. No, I told him not to hold back. Father raised an eyebrow. I doubt that. No, really, I need this, Father. Wilbur insisted. His legs felt like lead, and some of his bones were definitely misplaced, but by the end of their 5-hour session, he learned where to strike to kill and where to strike to incapacitate, how to block attacks as much as deal them, and how to fight off stronger opponents. Sorry. Which, for you, would be all of them, Technoblade had said as he righted Wilbur's grip on his rapier. Let the boy bruise a little, Phil, Techno said now, drowning a glass of wine. It's good practice. Good distraction, too. Wilbur looked at his father, but he was busy trying to force a bowl of vegetables on Tommy. When he looked again, Wilbur found himself meeting eyes with Technoblade. The other boy was considering him at length. Wilbur had caught sight of that expression multiple times in the past 5 hours. Like Technoblade was inspecting him, less with the scrutiny of a teacher and more with the intense focus of a surgeon trying not to make the wrong cut. What? Wilbur finally asked. Do I have something on my face? Yes. Defeat. Wilbur resisted the urge to stick his tongue out like Tommy undoubtedly would have done. You are a very rude guest. You are a very weak prince. I don't see what my physical prowess, or lack thereof, Technoblade inserted, has to do with you being such a pissy bastard, Wilbur finished hotly. Wilbur, Father said, swiveling to his oldest son. Cursing? In front of your baby brother? I taught you better manners than that. I am not a baby, Tommy protested. And what's his piss? I think that's my cue to go, Technoblade interrupted suddenly, rising from his seat. To where? Father asked. None of your business, actually, Technoblade replied, not flippantly or arrogantly, just stating a fact. Father's grip tightened infinitesimally on his spoon. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. I don't some of these words. I'm sorry. It's late. I think it is my business if you're living in my castle. Technoblade shrugged. Try and stop me then. They stared each other down, the king and his visitor, red eyes on blue. A moment passed. Then another. Father did not move. That's what I thought, Technoblade scoffed, and then disappeared in a whirl of fur and scarlet silk. Wilbur glanced at his father, trying to gauge his reaction. Father had never seemed truly old, but in that moment it felt like Wilbur was watching him age 1,000 years per second. Who is he really? Wilbur asked, before he could lose the nerve. Father blinked slowly, as if coming out of a dream. An old friend, I told you. From when? He can't be that old of a friend. He's just a teenager. When did you meet him? Wilbur repeated. Father pursed and unpursed his lips like he was trying to swallow something rancid. Why does it matter, Wilbur? Because you look at him like you look at me, and I don't know what to make of that. Father's gaze pinned Wilbur to his seat, even more than the soreness of his body did. Even Tommy had fallen quiet, sensing, in a way that younger siblings do, that his brother was in some sort of trouble that required absolute silence. And how do I look at you, Will? Father asked. Like I disappoint you? Like I did something to hurt you and you're sad and I can't remember what? It doesn't matter. Wilbur mustered what was left of his strength and rose from his seat. My other non-violent tutors are waiting, if you'll excuse me, Father. Tommy stared back at him wide-eyed. Father only sighed. It's a long story, Wilbur, he said with infinite patience. Wilbur would have preferred he screamed. And not one you're ready to hear, either of you, he added, giving Tommy a reassuring smile. But one day I'll... Sure. Wilbur turned from them and began to walk away. One day. Whatever that is. He expected a rebuttal, or perhaps wanted one. But as always, there was nothing left to say. They carried on like that for months more. Every morning, Wilbur would pull himself out of bed and head down to the gardens, where Technoblade would always be waiting. Even after the times he threatened to leave and the times that it looked like he was truly going to go, Technoblade would walk Wilbur through his stances and correct them by demonstrating how exactly it could be turned against him. The tutor was never fully pleased, but eventually they made their way through the weapons in the chest and had to request for more to practice with, spears and knives and axes. They never spoke beyond the usual instructions, and Wilbur never complained again when, a few weeks in, he almost disarmed Technoblade during a sparring session with his rapier, before Technoblade inevitably knocked him over again. I almost got you, Wilbur had grinned, even as he picked himself up from the floor. Almost won't cut it. On the battlefield, Princeling, Technoblade had said with a roll of his eyes, and I was going easy on you. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Technoblade snorted. I don't sleep. Wilbur was still debating whether he had been joking or not. Eventually, Tommy's jealousy outweighed his drowsiness, and he began to follow Wilbur to the training pavilion, yawning all the way with his blanket wrapped around his shoulders and trailing in the dewy grass. He'd sit on the floor, shouting unhelpful advice and laughing at his brother's failures. Technoblade, the younger prince had said at one point, will you train me alongside Wilbur? Technoblade had eyed Tommy in his blanket, looking so serious that Wilbur thought he might actually be sizing his little brother up. Well, you do have similar skill levels. Hey! Wilbur tossed a stray pebble at Technoblade's head. It bounced harmlessly off his braided hair. I want to be strong like you, Tommy said, uncharacteristically solemn as he stared up at the older boys. And like Dad. He raised his gangly arms up to them. Look at these, Technoblade. They're pulsing with potential. Technoblade arched an eyebrow at him, an amused smile tugging at his lips. Little Prince, you are years away yet from needing to learn anything. Your brother's training so you don't have to. Understood? Tommy pouted, but he nodded. Wilbur stared at him, feeling as if he just witnessed the taming of a wild beast. He glanced at Technoblade, who had walked over to one corner of the pavilion to stretch. How'd you get Tommy to not kick and scream like he does when he doesn't get what he wants from me? Wilbur called out. I don't kick and scream, Tommy huffed. I let out a manly whine. It's probably because he respects me and not you. Technoblade replied curtly. Wilbur whirled on his brother. Is that true? He demanded, with faux hurt. Tommy shrugged. I'd respect you more if you weren't reading all the time. I'm not reading now, Wilbur said, at the same time Technoblade called. I know how to read too, just to put it out there. Afterwards, they would eat breakfast together. Sometimes it would just be Wilbur, Technoblade, and Tommy going over the practice session, Technoblade with his dry corrections, and Tommy with his enthusiastic, albeit often inaccurate input. But often Father would join them, and Wilbur would be lying if he said he didn't feel a bit validated whenever Technoblade praised, or as close as the man could get to praise, his improvements in front of his father. Mother had taken to waking late, and took her breakfast in her room. They'd visit her there, Wilbur and Tommy, but she'd often be too tired to speak at all. Tommy tried to introduce Technoblade to her once, but she was already asleep again by the time they arrived at her bedchambers. Probably for the best, Technoblade had said. I've been told I don't make great first impressions with mothers, mostly because I met them after I just slaughtered their children. Please reserve the morbid jokes for after Tommy's gone to bed, Technoblade, Wilbur said. What does slaughtered mean? Tommy asked. I tickled them, Technoblade said. Oh. To death. Oh. Wilbur had hit Technoblade on the shoulder, but he was laughing too. 3 months in, Technoblade finally relented to letting Wilbur practice long-ranged weapons, which turned out not to be his forte after all. The session had to stop after Wilbur almost took Tommy's eye out with an arrow. Tommy was inconsolable. Please don't tell Father, Wilbur begged as he kneeled in front of his wailing brother, wiping Tommy's cheeks as fast as the tears came. It was an accident, Tommy. Technoblade was cackling, leaning against one of the pavilion's sculpted pillars. You should see your face, he managed to wheeze out between his guffaws. Oh God, this is too hilarious. Wilbur turned to glare at him. You do know if he tells Father that it means you're in trouble too. Technoblade snorted. I'm not scared of your father. There it was again. The arrogant dismissal as if Father were nothing to him. Wilbur clenched his jaw to keep the barbed remarks from spilling. Tommy was still wailing, his tiny face turning red from the effort. Okay, Technoblade said after a long moment. That's getting annoying now. Stop. Tommy didn't. Tommy, stop, Technoblade said more loudly. Tommy stopped, only to wipe his nose on his sleeve, hiccup, and then wail again. What's wrong with him? That usually works. Technoblade grumbled, stalking closer to them with the caution of a hunter approaching a wild animal. Welcome to the world of Big Brotherhood, Wilbur replied bitterly, still wiping gently at Tommy's face. We hope you enjoy your stay, but most likely you will still suffer. Technoblade came to kneel beside Wilbur. Tommy, Technoblade demanded. That is very irritating. What are you doing? Please, quieten down. Tommy responded by crying louder. Oh, gods, Wilbur put his face in his hands. You're not supposed to say that, Techno. You're never supposed to say that. What? What? Technoblade demanded. Wait, did I mess up? Oh, no. Okay. What did I do? What the hell did I do? Tommy sniffled. You said you'll do anything? Realization dawned on Technoblade's face. Well, not anything per se. Tommy's eyes began to water once more. Okay. Technoblade ran his hands across his face in frustration. Fine. One thing and you'll shut up forever. I want to braid your hair, Tommy said at once. Technoblade blinked. What? What? Wilbur echoed. You once got me to let you ride me like a pony across the castle, and you asked him to let you braid his hair. Tommy nodded with all the solemnity of a judge announcing someone's death sentence. Wilbur and Technoblade exchanged glances. Technoblade, one of bewilderment, and Wilbur, one of utmost betrayal. That was how they found themselves wasting the morning away, sitting together on the damp grass. Wilbur leaned back on his hands and raised his face to the sun, letting the light settle against his skin. He could hear Tommy scurrying around, gathering flowers as the spring breeze blew through the garden. For a moment, all Wilbur could feel was a sudden, all-consuming affection, not for anything in particular, for everything. For the brilliant spinning wheel in the sky, turning everything into burnishing gold, for the soft dirt beneath his hands, for the air in his lungs and the pollen on his tongue, for the distant sound of his brother's footsteps, for the boy sitting beside him that, against all odds, Wilbur found he might actually like beyond mere tolerance, for the levity that had started to chase away the more exhausting thoughts. He cracked one eye open and found Technoblade staring at him again with that all-too-serious look. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. What? Wilbur asked. Can't a man be glad that he's not getting tossed around for one morning? Technoblade scoffed. Don't discredit my teaching skills like that. You've been getting tossed around less and less these days. Was that meant to be a compliment? None of my compliments will ever be meant. They will be passive-aggressive at best, openly hostile at worst. Oh, of course. We have to pry positive affirmation from your cold, dead hands. Is that it? One way you'll earn it, Technoblade confirmed. They went silent as another breeze blew past them, blowing Technoblade's unbound hair across his face. Then, before Wilbur could think twice about it, he said, "What did you mean before? When you told our father our tutoring sessions were a distraction? A distraction from what?" Hi, Ender. Hello, hello. Good night, good night. It's okay. We're just chilling here, so it's okay. But yeah, have a good night. Okay. What did you mean before? When you told our tutoring sessions were a distraction? A distraction from what? Technoblade's expression darkened for a fraction of a second before he schooled it into careful neutrality. He shrugged nonchalantly. Well, growing boy like you, you're meant to have hobbies beyond whatever you were doing before. I read, Wilbur was said, and played music. That was a sufficient distraction, I think. Not according to Philza. Why do you talk like that, by the way? Wilbur shifted to look Technoblade squarely in the eyes. You call the king Philza, which I can excuse because you're, well, you. But father also calls you an old friend, and I've asked mother because father tells mother everything, but she never heard of you before. And all of these things, and you know all of these things about weapons and warfare. Far too much. You're from a kingdom that has enjoyed peace for decades, Princeling, Technoblade said, with a world's worth of exhaustion in his voice. Beyond those walls, it's different. Knowing war young is not entirely uncommon. Kids just grow faster out there. They have to. Wilbur took fistfuls of grass and threw it at Technoblade's face. Technoblade, unamused, simply blew the grass from his face. Very mature, Your Highness, Technoblade said dryly. You were being all sad again, Wilbur muttered, pulling his knees up to his chin. He looked up just as Tommy came toddling towards them, his arms a burst of color. Yellow alstromerias, white daisies, purple malvas, and freesias the color of Technoblade's hair. Oh, gods, Technoblade groaned as Tommy dumped his Tommy, dumped his collection before them proudly. Tommy grinned as he kneeled behind Technoblade. Dad used to braid Mama's hair all the time, before she got tired. He taught me how. Technoblade turned towards Wilbur. Should I be worried? Very, Wilbur said sagely. At least he doesn't have scissors this time, he added, recalling a particular incensed butler who'd foolishly offered himself to be Tommy's training dummy last year, and ended up with less hair than he bargained for. Tommy turned Technoblade's head away from Wilbur. Hold still, he ordered, beginning to take handfuls of Technoblade's hair, tugging them into place. Ow, Technoblade said after a particularly harsh pull. Sorry, Tommy said cheerfully, and began to braid in earnest. Wilbur sat back and watched them in silence, his ferocious tutor and his even more ferocious younger brother. The sunlight seemed to catch in the tangles of Tommy's hair, making it shine like a golden halo. Wilbur had never seen anyone as focused as Tommy was in that moment, working through Technoblade's hair, pausing only to debate on what flowers should go where, and Technoblade, for his part, did not move at all, or let out so much as a word of complaint, even when Tommy took time to educate them all on what exactly each flower meant. I could write a song about this, Wilbur mused, and then marveled at the thought. It was as if a block he had been carrying for years lifted, and his art was now inches away from his hands. If only he'd brought his guitar with him today. Tomorrow, he promised himself. I'll write our song tomorrow. There, Tommy said at last, tying the end of the braid with the red ribbon Technoblade often used himself. Wilbur blinked in surprise. Tommy, that's actually good. Really good. Technoblade reached back and ran his hands delicately over the elegant braid and the flowers woven into it. He hummed appreciatively, then caught himself before he could fully smile. Because he was still Technoblade, after all. Decent, was his only comment. I'm not done yet, Tommy said, and produced one more flower. This part hurts. A single yellow rose. This one's my favorite, he added, as he gently tucked the flower behind Technoblade's ear. The one that had the emerald earring that Wilbur had found so familiar. Because it means friendship. Technoblade stiffened, his mouth opened and closed like he was trying to breathe but forgot how, before he finally said, Are we friends then? Tommy stood and brushed grass from his pants. Well, obviously. Obviously. Oh, hey! The sudden excitement in Tommy's tone caught both Technoblade and Wilbur's attention. He began waving to someone in the distance. His smile as bright as life itself. It's Dad and Mama. Mother? Wilbur was on his feet at once, his heart hammering on his chest like a moth set aflame. Sure enough, there was Mother. Out in the sun once more, for the first time in over a year. Wilbur took in a shaky inhale, not daring to breathe again, as if the image before him would dissipate like smoke. Mother, smiling at them as she walked arm in arm with Father through the garden. Tommy ran as fast as his tiny legs could carry him and launched himself into their mother's waiting arms. Wilbur couldn't ignore the brief flash of pain that flickered over his mother's features as she gathered Tommy into a hug, but neither could he help his relief at seeing her walk at all. Well, Technoblade said from behind them. Go ahead then. Wilbur turned to his tutor and, before Technoblade could protest, took him by the wrist and dragged him over to where Mother and Father were waiting. Father's smile was gentle and welcoming, and Wilbur could almost forgive the sadness that remained in his eyes, like a ghost hovering at the edges of a celebration. You must be Technoblade, Mother said happily, carrying Tommy in her arms as she addressed the tutor. I do apologize that it has taken us this long to be acquainted, though Phil has been telling me of all you have done for our Wilby. Wilbur expected Technoblade's usual icy jabs, and was quite surprised when he bowed his head in what would pass as deference to an untrained eye. It is a pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. Your sons have told me much about you. Mother gave Technoblade a conspiratorial grin as she asked, and I trust all they've said is in my favor, yes? Nothing about how sharp my tongue can be when I'm cranky? Oh, I assure you, they painted you as nothing less than perfect. Technoblade glanced at Father. Although Philza might have said a thing or two about your rigid standards for tea. Father chuckled. He pressed closer to Mother and Tommy, keeping an arm around Mother's waist, as if to steady her, as if to hold her together just a little bit longer. I told you that in confidence, Techno. Technoblade, Mother repeated. That's a rather odd name. I said the same thing, Tommy added brightly, always eager to be part of the adults' conversation. Technoblade only shrugged, once again demonstrating a level of civility that Wilbur would never have expected of the same man that regularly combated the king's orders. I would feel too much like a traitor if I abandoned it now, after all these years with it. It is my one constant companion, more loyal than most. Loyalty is a rather precious gift, Mother sighed softly. She transferred Tommy to one arm and reached out with the other until she was cupping Technoblade's cheek. I do hope, my boy, she continued, her voice as tranquil as a still lake, that you will find the people you can trust more than your own name. You deserve that, and more, for all you have done for my family. Technoblade blinked slowly at her, for one struck speechless. Tommy giggled. Techno is blushing. I am not. Technoblade spat hotly. Yes, you are, Tommy cooed, leaning back into Mother's arms, safe in the belief that she would never drop him. You so are. Tommy, don't torture the poor child, Mother said, even as she giggled herself. Will, Father reached out and ruffled Wilbur's hair playfully. You look 100 miles away. Wilbur exhaled slowly. I'm just remembering. Remembering what? This. Mother's soft smile, Tommy's cheery laugh, Technoblade's half-hearted protests, Father's hand on his head, everything. Nothing, Wilbur said. Forget I said anything. He smiled at his father for once without reservation. He had never felt so light. He was almost a son again. Would you like to watch Techno and I spar? Father's expression softened. Of course, I would be delighted to. It was the last good day. The knock came at midnight. It dragged Wilbur from the comfort of a dreamless sleep. Guys, I am going to say this here. This is where there is death. So if you need to step away, please do so. But yeah, okay? This is going to be kind of... This part kind of gets me a bit, so I'm sorry. But yeah, okay. The knock came at midnight. It dragged Wilbur from the comfort of a dreamless sleep. Wilbur, Technoblade's voice, urgent, almost angry. Wilbur, open the door. Wilbur threw off his covers and bolted for the door. Technoblade stood outside his bedchambers, his red eyes blazing in the dark. He said the 3 words that would come to haunt Wilbur until the day he died. It's your mother. They ran through the castle, Wilbur for the first time outpacing his tutor. They arrived at the long hallway that led to his parents' bedchambers, already choked with servants. "Move!" Technoblade demanded, his voice booming over the din. "Move, or I will make you." The servants rushed to the sides, clearing a path for Wilbur and Technoblade. Wilbur couldn't register any of their faces or their voices. All there was silence, until the worst sound Wilbur had ever heard. An anguished cry that turned Wilbur's blood cold. "Tommy. Tommy's here." He burst into the room and found his brother curled into a ball by the foot of the bed. The bed where his mother laid, sleeping. No, not sleeping. Not sleeping. Not sleeping. Not sleeping. Wilbur could not breathe. Tommy was still crying for their mother, for their father. Wilbur's eyes scanned the room, but there was no trace of his king, no trace of the man who had just lost his wife. "Tommy." Technoblade pushed Wilbur and into the room. Wilbur could see him, could see it all, but it felt like watching someone else's life happening from leagues under the sea. Everything happened too slowly, too distantly. Technoblade kneeled by his brother, prying him off the cold floor. Tommy wrapped his arms around Technoblade's neck, burying his head into his shoulder, and screaming so loud, too loud. Technoblade turning towards Wilbur, handing him something, pressing it into Wilbur's cold fingers. Wilbur looked down at his hands. It was a letter, crumpled, tear-stained by his own tears, he realized belatedly. "Techno," it said, "tell the boys I'm sorry, and tell Wilbur he will be a better king than I ever was." The world fell out from under Wilbur's feet, leaving him suspended in the air, free-falling, with no true end. No, he thought, or maybe said, or maybe screamed. No, this wasn't how it's supposed to go. "Oh," said the voices, "but this already happened before." I'm gonna pause just to say thank you so much, Black Dragon 1002, for the follow. I think that means we hit 200. Woo! But I'll talk about it later. We're gonna finish this chapter because it's almost done, I promise, okay? But thank you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh my god, fuck. "Father's gone," he said. "Hi, Johnny Jean. Hello, Johnny." Wait, what's going on? Oh, I thought I saw raiders. I was like, what? But hi, hello, Johnny. Guys, okay, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, ready? I'm ready. Okay, sorry. Okay. Where should I, here. Okay. Techno, it said, "Tell the boys I'm sorry and tell Wilbur he will be a better king than I ever was." Oh, I see, wait. 200 followers. I know, that means I have to fucking Okay, hold on. Let me finish this chapter because I'm already going to be crying from it. Fuck. Okay, let me finish the chapter, okay? Let me finish the chapter, okay? Please. Okay. I'm crying because this is such an emotional story, and then also I just hit 200 followers. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on, I'm almost done. Okay. Techno, it said, "Tell the boys I'm sorry and tell Wilbur he will be a better king than I ever was." Black Dragon, thank you so much for the congrats, and I hope you have a nice day as well, and that you keep doing well too. Thank you so much for being the 200th follower. Thank you so much. Fuck. Should I continue the story or should I? Fuck. Oh my god. I'm... Fuck. This is too wholesome of me. Hi, sorry. Okay, should I finish this? Okay, let me finish the story. I'm in the mood. And then we'll cry and chat, okay? So I can tell you guys how much I love you, okay? But let me finish this, okay? Okay, I promise. Okay. Tell the boys I'm sorry. And tell Wilbur he will be a better king than I ever was. The world fell out from under Wilbur's feet, leaving him suspended in the air, free falling with no true end. No, he thought, or maybe said, or maybe screamed, no, this wasn't how it's supposed to go. Oh, said the voices, but this already happened before. Wilbur blinked and blinked again. Father's gone, he said, not taking his eyes off from the letter. He left? Wilbur, Technoblade's voice, rising above Tommy's agonizing sobs. Was that worry in the other boy's voice? I found the letter slipped under my door, and by the time I came here, it was too late. Your mother, she was also gone. The letter began to shake violently, or not the letter, Wilbur's hands, but she was just here. This morning, she watched us spar. She was smiling. She was alive. Technoblade. Techno. This was inevitable. Wilbur clamped his hands over his ears. Shut up. It was meant to be. Go away. Wilbur fell to his knees, pressing his hands tighter and tighter to block out the sound. I thought I'd gotten rid of you. You said you were going to leave me alone. Sudden pain laced up Wilbur's arms, and he opened his eyes to find Technoblade kneeling in front of him, his hand in iron grip around Wilbur's wrist. Tommy was gone. When did that happen? And the silence he left behind was almost as bad as the screaming. Come back to me, Wilbur. Who do you hear? You, Wilbur said haltingly. He was not for this act, not for this stage. And the voices. Technoblade nodded, easing his grip on Wilbur's wrist. I can help you. No one can. Wilbur squeezed his eyes shut, but all he could see was his mother's still form. Father's letter. Wilbur, look at me. Wilbur shook his head. I can't. Then listen to me. I can help you. Technoblade repeated firmly, because I have voices too. Wilbur's lungs began to ache with the quickness of his breaths. You do? He sounded like a child seeking comfort from a distant figure, but there was too much pain to make room for shame. I do, Technoblade said. So breathe with me until they go away, and we can figure out the next step together. That was all they did. They breathed in and out and in again, Technoblade's hand on his wrist and the sickly sweet smell of rotting flowers keeping him rooted to the ground, to the universe. In and out and in again, and in between one breath and the next, Wilbur finally remembered where he'd heard the name Technoblade before. Father, Wilbur swallowed down a sob. He told me a story once, when I was young. The first time the voices ever talked to me. He told me a story about an immortal god who was doomed to hear voices in his head forever. A blood god. Technoblade. You're a god? Don't worry about that now. His voice was distant but kind. It doesn't matter. But I don't remember how the story ended. Exhaustion was a heavy blanket, weighing him down until he was leaning on Technoblade's shoulder. His throat felt raw, like he'd eaten broken glass. The story has no end, the voices said, but they sounded distant too. Tell me how the story ends, Wilbur begged, even as he felt the last of his consciousness slowly fracture into nothingness. Tell me you'll still be here when I close the book. Wilbur, Technoblade mumbled something too low to hear, and then he said, Okay, I'll be here. Wilbur wanted to say more, or perhaps he didn't. Outside, somewhere far away, bells began to toll, chiming his mother's death ballad, heralding his ascension. Tell the boys I'm sorry. His father's voice this time as quiet as the rest. In between one breath and the next, Wilbur was king. In between one breath and the next, he was asleep. And that's it for chapter 2. I'm sorry that I kind of freaked out a little bit, guys. That was insane. Yeah. Holy fuck. It's so good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But now we're gonna get into Sappy Kit. Let's see. It is incredible all the feelings you transmit when reading. Yeah, I was kind of feeling it. Thank you, Black Dragon, for being the 200th follower. That means a lot to me, and I hope that you enjoyed your first stream here. Yes. Hi, Johnny. It's so good. Everyone, all 200 of us legends, thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys. No, I love you guys too. We love Kit. I enjoyed it so much. I'm totally not crying. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, we hit 200. Sorry, I'm crying. I'm blaming Kit for being such a powerful reader. Thank you. Deserved. Thank you so much, Johnny Jean. Fuck, I'm crying. We're so proud of you. Thank you. I know that 200 isn't the biggest number, but I think I've been having recently a hard time with college, just because I don't know what the hell I want to do with my life. Thank you so much, Rosie. Thank you. I don't know what the hell I want to do with my life, and the only time that I actually feel sure about what I'm doing is when I do content creation, and when I do this, and when I do little things like this. 1,000 next, yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, you guys get a FNAF stream. That's gonna be happening sometime next week because I have to get that set up. So, you guys will get a FNAF stream. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna have to bully you guys a whole lot. Oh my god. No, next is 300 or probably like 275 or 250 or something like that. But because we hit another 200, I'm very proud of you, Kit. You deserve it. So thank you, Kit. You're gonna make me cry. I'm already crying. It's okay. Join the club. But no, like, I've been having a really hard, like, past week, and literally the only way that I can get up is if I'm talking to friends, online, or if I'm, literally the only way I was able to get out of bed was if I said, hey, you know what, you can sit at your desk and read a story that your chat wants, and, that's what got me out. That's what got me up. So when I say that you guys are very important to me, I mean that, okay? Kid, I hope one day all your dreams come true. Thank you. And I know I'm getting sappy, but, like, this means a lot to me. It does. So I'm in a wave of emotions right now. Like, it's becoming real that I'm actually able to do what I really want to do, and it's like the one thing that I'm sure about is making content for you guys. So it's important to think about future, but it's more important to live in the present and be sure that your future will be brilliant. Happy tears, chat. Happy tears. Yes, happy tears, I promise. But 200 is so big. 200 is so big, and the fact that we hit it literally exactly in 5 months, that's insane. And I just know that our growth, it's gonna go crazy. I don't like to jinx anything, but I do feel something good coming. And I think this is the start of it. But yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I have to, can I just, like, lick my tears? I'm crying so much that I can just, good soup. 40 followers a month, yep, that's insane. And here's to some more growth. Knock on wood, knock on wood. My desk is 200 followers around. I don't have water with me. No, I don't have water with me. Also, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my chat. Oh, wait. What's going on with my chat? Why is my chat not working? The fact that my chat didn't work this whole time, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, no drowning the streamer. I'm gonna cry again and just tears. No, okay. Do you want me to go? Let me go grab a water. I'm gonna go grab water. You guys suck. Just kidding. I love you guys, but no. You guys made me cry. That's very rude of you. Oh, Johnny G. Johnny G, and I swear to God, I'm going to give you a fat kiss. Okay, let me go get water, okay? Johnny, you're so nice to me. I love you, Johnny Jean. You do have to drink water. Okay, 4 sips. Okay, let me go get water, okay? Watering the streamer. Am I a plant? What the fuck am I? You guys are gonna get... I'm gonna bully you. Lovingly. Fuck. Okay, let me go get water. I'll be right back. Sorry, that took me a bit. What's doing? Yeah, we're not drowning our streamer. We're watering her like a flower. Am I a flower now? You're a sage plant? Aw, you guys are cute. Let's see. How many drowning is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 sips. Ready? I have my water here. ASMR. Okay. 1 sip. I'm taking really big sips for you guys. I'm getting tears on my drawing. Don't get tears on your drawing. Oh gosh, I got water on my phone. Oops. But yeah, you know sage has like flowers, right? That's so cool. I incorporate them to my skin, or I'm going to. I just don't know what color though, because there's like purple and blue. I'm kind of thinking about going with the blue. I think that'd be kind of pretty. But I don't know. Anyways, last sip. I can't be crying while laying down. My tears are getting into my eyes. No, don't cry. But that's a real flaw. It really is. But that's gonna be it for me today. Who should I raid? Do you guys want to go? Do you want to raid somebody? Okay, I know this would be kind of funny. Is he still streaming? I don't know. What if I raided Rombu? That'd be kind of funny. Wouldn't that be funny? With his 50K. I'm just kidding. Is there any like streamers that you guys want me to raid? Because I can probably raid. I'm so happy for you, Kit. 200 so big. It's insane. It's up to you. I don't know. Guys, I can't make decisions. This is why. Yes, we can raid. Okay. Should we raid somebody? Or should we be funny and see if that raid actually goes through? Do you think he'd actually see it? And just say that I'm going to fight him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Do you guys want to do that? Because I literally don't know who else to raid. I don't think anybody I follow is live. That's the thing. That's why I kind of want to do it. Kind of make it funny. Funny. Unless you guys have anybody else that you would want me to raid. But I know that he's doing MCC practice with Facecam. So if you guys still want to watch, if you guys want to watch Minecraft since I didn't give it to you. No small streamers are live. We can raid. Okay, cool. Then Rombu, LOL, let's go. Okay. Then yeah, let's do, because I think it's Rombu, but motherfucker. I got so scared. My audio, I don't know why that was going off. Okay. Rise and shine. Okay. Bye, Kit. Bye. Here. Oh wait, he's on his actual like thing. Okay. Let's see. What does that say? Oh, /raid Rombu live. Oh god. Okay. It's fuck. Okay. Let's do this shit. Is that right? Rombu live. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for reading us PAsserine Kit. Of course. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Thank you guys so much for being here while I do it. It's so fun. I do have a lot of fun. But yeah. I think it was the person 200 followers stream. Hell yeah. But yeah. Okay, ready? Go say Kit raid or Sage raid. I don't know. Whatever you want. And yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. I just realized I don't have music to end. No. Hey. Okay, vibin'. Hi, VOD watchers. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Join the raid. This is gonna be kind of funny. Okay. Bye-bye.